With endorsements from former Charleston Mayor Joe Riley and South Carolina House Democratic leader Todd Rutherford, gubernatorial candidate Joe Cunningham is hoping to beat State Senator Mia McLeod and others, who will meet in just a few minutes in his bid to turn the Republican-held office blue. The former Congressman joins us now. Good to have you.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right. So, the last Democrat that won that seat was in 1999 by Jim Hodges. So how do you feel about this time around changing it back to a Democratic-held seat?
We've been here before. We've done the impossible. They say the last Democrat that won the first district before us was 40 years before. And so these challenges aren't anything new for us, but we've been taking our campaign message everywhere across the state, rural areas, urban areas, and feel good about what we've been doing. We've been leading on policy, been leading on ideas. And look, I think folks are time for a change. We have the oldest governor in South Carolina history, and look where it's gotten us. We're last in roads, we're last in schools, teachers are making pennies, and gun violence is out of control. So I think people are ready for something new.
A lot of people would say, though, that Governor Henry McMaster did a good job during COVID, keeping things open. Would you give him any credit?
If you call doing nothing doing a good job, I think the facts speak for themselves when you look at how we were last in vaccination rates, and how we, DHEC, our state health department, went almost a year without somebody at the head of it, and that's because of the fault of Governor McMaster. He obviously doesn't. He just wants the title and not the job. And again, I think we live in a state where we fire football coaches after a losing season, and Governor McMaster has been a politician literally longer than I've been alive. And I think folks are ready for new blood and new leadership, and that's what we're representing.
Well, you did that in Charleston in District 1. You did lose that seat to Congresswoman Nancy Mace in 2019. But where your policies are now, do you feel that they are reflective of the broader South Carolina community? Yeah,
absolutely. Look, we're running to bring our state out of the past and into the future. Campaigns are all about contrast of ideas. And that's what we're representing here. Governor McMaster, the oldest governor in South Carolina history, is in the past. He's against medical marijuana. 90% of people are for medical marijuana. Let our troops, let our veterans, when they come back from war with PTSD, or people who are suffering from cancer, let them have medical marijuana.
And that is legislation that you would like to see passed.
Yes, absolutely.
And to have it taxed.
And McMaster is against that. And McMaster is also against women having control over their own body. He wants to ban all abortions and have no exceptions for rape, incest, or life with a mother. That's a very extreme position that's held by probably 5% of people. But that's where he is in the past and on the extreme. And I think most South Carolinians, somewhere near the middle, we're reasonable people. We were the best state with the best people, but with the worst governor.
Well, let's talk about the here and now as well in terms of inflation, gas prices. You want to suspend the gas tax.
Correct. Yeah, anything to help. And that's, this has been a do-nothing governor, and that's why our campaign's been such a striking contrast between new ideas and no ideas. I ask people to try to remember the last idea that Governor McMaster proposed for inflation, or to tackle gun violence, or to pay our teachers more. I think his record speaks for himself, and I don't know why the governor will not suspend the gas tax. Every little bit helps. People are hurting. People's wallets are getting crunched.
And it's going up a couple of cents in the next month, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been going up. And look, this isn't a Democrat or Republican idea. I don't care whose idea it is, if it's a good one, if it saves people money. And it's been done in other states, red states and blue states. So I'm once again calling on the governor to temporarily suspend the gas tax to provide some relief to people.
All right. In terms of inflation and minimum wage, your opponent, she would like to see that minimum wage raised. Are you for that? Are you against it? How do you think that would affect small businesses?
Look, we need to raise the minimum wage. Where it is right now is ridiculous, and we need to get it up into double digits. We need to have Democrats and Republicans working together to raise it. South Carolina doesn't even have a minimum wage, so it defaults to the federal minimum wage. We could at least start by having a state minimum wage. Would be a great start. and higher than what it is now. I mean, it's just not livable. But people need to get back to work. Everybody that can be working should be working to have a roaring and robust economy. But what we're focused on is providing the economy of the future. Governor McMaster spent his State of the State address bragging about the Walmart jobs that he brought into our state. And look, we need high-tech jobs, high-paying jobs, jobs that pay a salary, not an hourly wage.
All right, voting day is tomorrow. Any last message for the audience?
Ask it. You get out and vote, exercise your right to vote, and obviously would humbly ask for your support.
Joe Cunningham, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're back after this.